Okay, by early next week, I will get the 3 contest rules written up. Our 3 contests to expose the naked body scanners. And I did see, after we talked about it, people in England protesting naked. They did it before we even talked about it or thought of it ourselves separately, of people to protest naked to illustrate to the world that you are being recorded naked. You know, something extreme to get media attention. Extreme things happening, take extreme measures. Because they're going to make you be scanned naked and lose your privacy and be humiliated to train you to accept all this if we don't say no and stand up against this. But I told you 2 or 3 days ago when I first talked about that isn't the official contest. We're just thinking of ideas of things that would get media attention and point out how horrible this is. The more I think about it, though, I'm not going to have a contest specifically where we say, you know, whoever has the best topless protest. Okay? That would certainly be the most devastating thing to the media. It would get the attention and point out you're going to be recorded naked. You understand, if we don't stop this, the government's going to force you to do it and have mobile vans driving around doing it and brain scanners and passive body scanners that scan your naked body from a distance. That's now in the mainstream news today, up on prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com. But if people are already having those protests before we even thought of the idea separately, people always think of the same, I think like 10 guys invented radio the same month around the world, not just Marconi of Italy. But it's just the best protest video. You have a protest or you go to a protest, you edit the best video that has Infowars in it. That way we get the hits and visitors, and it goes a little ways towards paying out the $10,000 in prize money. We'll announce it next week with specific rules, got to follow local laws and all that, and you will win. And people can do whatever they want in the demonstration. In fact, I even said that day, I don't think you specifically, you know, to be part of the contest. I'm saying people could go out and be naked, and, you know, the best naked or partially naked or maybe in bikinis or whatever to point out your, you know, to get media attention. It would definitely be a giant, devastating action against them. But I am not going to have the contest specifically be for that. I think it could be anything you think of, any idea you have. Also, the best poster that you post in legal public places and then videotape. And we've had several contests in the past, like the Obama Joker poster situation. So that is all coming up next week. The best stunt that's legal and lawful, $5,000 to expose the body scanners. The best media stunt. The best poster posted in public and then videotaped. So you'll win for the best video of the stunt, the best video of the posters, and the best video of the demonstration. Total $20,000 in prizes. $5,000 for the best poster video, $5,000 for the best stunt video, and $10,000 for the best overall protest. And you can decide yourself what you think is the best thing to do. So that is coming up. We'll have specific rules and details. And I told you with the boycotts, I'm getting your ideas, your emails, your calls of the best boycott to call for next week. So we're also going through that process right now. We're percolating. We're putting ideas out there. We're seeing what you think of them. I would say 90+% of people like the idea of the naked protest. 10% or so don't like it. Regardless, it's about stopping the naked body scanners, them making you go through it and be recorded. We're going back to Bob Chapman in a moment. We'll get his take on the body scanners and then get some more economic news and go to your calls. Before I do that, I want to tell you about a few of the sponsors that have made today's radio show possible. One of them is ecoloblue.com, the atmospheric water generator. Did you know you can be drinking fresh, clean water made right out of the air you breathe? No, this isn't something out of a science fiction book. Our sponsor, EcoloBlue, the EcoloBlue 28, and now the new EcoloBlue 30. Machines will allow you to do just that. It's easy to use, and it will make up to 7.5 gallons of water per day. Goes through 7 to 12, depending on the unit you get, stage filtering process, including reverse osmosis and carbon filtration. And they've got a lot of specials and great deals and combo deals there on the site, ecoloblue.com, ECOLOBLUE.com, or give them a call for a free brochure so they can answer your questions. They're great folks. 800-691-6043, 800-691-6043, ecoloblue.com. And continuing here with our sponsors, I want to tell you about efoodsdirect.com. We don't have to remind you that you need food to survive. They have several new great non-GMO, non-hybrid organic lines on there, prepared meals. And our biggest sponsor, eFoods Direct, is the longest continually operating storable foods company in the nation. They also happen to be true patriots and have supported the freedom movement for years. Find out more at efoodsdirect.com. Become self-sufficient. Become independent. Check out all the great meals, all the different food lines they have. This is the biggest outfit in the country and the best. 800-409-5633. 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com. Okay, I'm going to try to shut up now for a few minutes and get overall Bob Chapman's view of the economy in the next year, gold, the dollar, and then we're going to go to your calls. But first, Bob, the naked body scanners. Do you believe, as I do, this is an outrageous push to make people capitulate and submit to government? Because if you'll let them record your naked body, you'll put up with anything.
Psychological warfare. You've got it. You got it nailed. Phil Watson's two articles, the first two articles, and tomorrow's the end of the U.S. section on this body scanning. It's dreadful, but it is to demean people and bring them down to the level that they can be handled like cows or other kinds of animals. This is what it's all about, control, and this phony baloney African from Nigeria supposedly blowing up a plane. Give me a break. You've seen the background on this young man and his father, haven't you?
Oh, the whole thing's completely staged. The sharp-dressed man leading him on. The second bomber found. The FBI lied. Now they admit it. I mean, this as they launch the body scanners, it happens. As they launch the attacks in Yemen, it happens. Completely staged. Right as the cruisers and troops land, the bombing happens. I mean, perfect timing. Same MO.
That's correct. And, you know, every time that we and others put together all this information and expose it, and it gets all over the country and then all over the world, again, we've got them on the run. And I'm telling you, I truly believe this. We're killing them. They don't know which way to run. Everything they do just turns into a pile of dung. And this scanner thing, and isn't Chartoff on the board of one of these scanner companies?
Yeah, and he consults for the other one. He's making money hand over fist. He recommends it. He orders it before he leaves office. They build him, and then he makes money off of it.
Just a criminal enterprise. That's what Wall Street, banking, and our government are all about today. It's just right in your face. And they just don't care. They will care later when we get all of these people out of Congress who really shouldn't be there, who are on the take, and we can maybe have a decent government. And that's up to you listeners. You've got to get these people out of office, as many as possible, so we can have a shot at getting our country back. And if that doesn't work, we get serious problems.
Well, they fooled the public into thinking Obama was going to stop what Bush did. He accelerated it. This trick won't work many times. It is a one-trick pony. People are finally realizing there's a shadow government of private criminal corporations. And as people identify the real enemy, I really do see the momentum completely shifting in our direction. And the globalists, nothing they say is believed anymore, but they just continue with the fraud.
And that's going to dig the hole deeper for them legally. As far as lawsuits and criminal actions, they will come in time. Of course, unfortunately, a lot of them will die off, but it doesn't mean you can't go after their estates for all the money they've stolen. I mean, Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan Chase and Citigroup are three blatant examples of real criminal enterprises. I mean, these people will stop at nothing. And I know what they're doing because I was in that industry for so long. I understand how it works and these things that they do. And, you know, the SEC is nothing but an appendage of Wall Street. They don't do anything to the large firms. They were told of Madoff's scam for 10 years, over and over and over again, and did nothing. And the reason why, it was a CIA Mossad operation. Mr. Madoff went to court. Nobody was allowed in except the attorneys. There was no evidence. There was no other people brought into the picture. I mean, there were hundreds of people involved in this thing. Hundreds of millions of dollars was stolen.
Are you kidding? $100 billion.
That's right. The first figure I got was 140 billion. They claim it's 80 or 90. It doesn't make any difference. It's a lot of money, and a lot of innocent people got hurt.
And he's one of the founders of the NASDAQ. They're all involved in this stuff.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
Right.
Bob Chapman, real fast before we go to calls. I want to go to calls. Gold, the dollar, all the economic numbers coming in. The media says everything's wonderful, but the real numbers show we are in a depression.